Basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is here.
You're a heart surgeon?
Yeah, I am.
I thought you were just a regular doctor. You're a real doctor.
Revealing his personal health scare caught on tape.
They said I sound like a hungry bear.
Did your teammates ever complain about your story?
All the time. I've never really took it seriously.
Leading to an alarming diagnosis.
They said, do you want to die?
Coming up next. Y'all ready for season 10?
I love you, Doctor.
Today, our guest is larger than life, to say the least. He is a DJ with a platinum record. He's a father, a celebrity sports commentator, he's an actor, he's a shrewd entrepreneur. Not to mention one of the greatest athletes of all time. Standing just over, well, you'll see, 7 feet tall with, guess this, size 22 shoe. And the big shoe. For the first time on this show, please give a huge welcome to Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, I was watching you with the audience, and they're up on the stands already.
Yes.
And you're a big guy.
How's it going?
Very well. So before he walked out here, he confided that his mom, Lucille, sent her regards.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, she loves your show.
I love when moms torture their boys.
Everybody loves your show.
Well, you're very kind to say that.
Yep.
So a lot of nicknames for you, Shaq. They call you the Big Aristotle, right? Superman, for obvious reasons. Shaq Fu, right? Shaq Daddy. And the thing about Shaq Daddy I like is that sort of gets you grooving. But the part that I didn't know, that I'm most proud of, is your other nickname is Doctor.
Yes. I went back to school because I love my mother very much. And I promised her that I would continue my education. So I left school 50 years. I left school early, and then she would just call me every week. Okay, you had a good game, you did this, you did that, but I need that degree. So I got my bachelor's, and I went and got my master's. And then she said, you know, we don't have any doctors in the family. So I said, I'll do it. So I attended Barry University. It took me 5 years to get my PhD, and it's a wonderful thing.
Is it still proud of you even more now?
Yes, she calls me every time and tells me she's proud of me. But guess what?
What?
One day she called me and asked me to borrow some money, and I said, why? She wanted to go back to school, so she got her bachelor's, her master's, and her doctorate also. Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
So, give me a hand. You got all these cool nicknames. I'm just Doctor. Give me a nickname. I want to have a nickname from now on.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dr. Oz. Genius, right?
That's good enough.
You like that? Dr. Oz.
All right, I'll take it. Now, are you really running for sheriff in Atlanta?
I thought about it doing it in 2020, but I'll probably wait till 2024. I want to be the one that brings law enforcement and community closer together, because right now we're miles apart.
There we are.
And I live in a small county outside of Atlanta called Henry County, and you know, I've been mentioning to people. People have been wanting me to run in 2020, but I'm too busy right now. So when I become a sheriff, I want to just be able to sit down and be sheriff. Right now, I got too much stuff going on, so I don't want to, get voted in and then cheat the people.
Well, it's honest of you to realize where your love is right now and when it will be ready. So let me go back in time a little bit, because I'm curious how Shaq became Shaq. So you get drafted. You get a celebrity endorsement even before that, I think. You spent $1 million, if I understand, in an hour.
Yep, in 1 hour.
I mean, what did you buy?
I bought myself a car, came home, my father wanted a car, bought him a car, bought my mother a car, bought some jewelry, bought a couple suits, and then I got a call from the bank the next day. He said, Mr. O'Neal, you need to come see me. And we had a long conversation. He said, about 50% of athletes, when they're done playing, have nothing, and I don't want you to be like that. And he showed me what was going on, and he showed me I was 150 in a hole. And then I looked at him, I said, who the hell is FICA? FICA took all my money.
I understand, though, your dad, who was a drill sergeant in the Army,
Yes.
was partly responsible for shaking you and says, "Hon, I need you to have discipline in more things than just sports. You need to have it for money." And that's the biggest problem I think we face in America now. Half the population doesn't have $400 when they need it in a crisis, so it creates anxiety.
Yeah, he always taught me to just have things to fall back on, just in case basketball didn't work. Like, I would call him and say, "How'd you like the game I played? It's a good game, but what you gonna do if you blow your knee out?" Growing up as a medium-level juvenile delinquent, I was always on punishment. I was just able to sit there and dream. And then, luckily, and by the grace of God, I was able to accomplish each and every one of them.
Why do you say you were a juvenile delinquent?
I was. I used to get in trouble, Dr. Ross. I don't think I talk about it because the statute of limitations ain't up on some of this. No, I was a follower instead of a leader. And my father, quickly convinced me to be a leader. Just, little stuff, breaking into cars, stealing bubble gum, just a lot of, neighborhood fights, just a lot of childish, crazy things.
Was your issue with stuttering part of that at all? Was there insecurity with that?
I don't know why I stuttered. And you know how I got rid of my stutter?
No.
I saw a picture of Halle Berry one day. Sure, it just stopped.
Made you breathless?
Yeah, no, this is what happened. I saw her in the movie, I was in college, and I wrote her a letter and she wrote me back.
She did?
She wrote me back, and I read the letter to myself and I was like, I don't stutter anymore. So, Halle Berry, I love you. True story.
Is it really?
Yeah, true. I just stopped.
I've never heard that before. Usually people have to work at it. They've got to.
No, I didn't take any speech therapy. None of that. I was always shy. I always kept to myself. But I saw one of her movies. I wrote it. She wrote me back, and I read it.
Was it because she wrote you back, or what she said in the letter that you stopped?
No, she just said, "I'm glad you're a fan of mine. I'm also a fan of yours. Good luck in the NBA." I think when I read it with such confidence. But when I read that, I was in the mirror and I was saying, "Look at what Halle Berry wrote to me." And I read it, and then after that, it was over.
Speaking of love, your son, Sharif, future superstar, we think.
Yes.
In the NBA, playing for UCLA, everything is going great on the fast track, just like his dad. And then you get this scary medical news, which I'm sure stopped you flat in your tracks.
We all were nervous, but, I try to teach my children, don't worry about the problem, worry about the solution. So we know what the problem was, so the solution was to get surgery. And right before the surgery, I could see that he was down. And I realized for me, when I was a youngster, the thing that always got me to the next level, stories. So I just told him a story. I said, "My man, I've never had heart surgery, but I've had 10 other surgeries. I know you're scared. It's okay to be scared. But once you lay down on that table and they introduce you to the anesthesia, you're not going to remember anything." So I said, "If you're scared, be scared. That's fine, but don't worry about it." So after the surgery, he's like, "Dad, you're right."
So he posted this great image of himself.
Yes.
She says, "First time seeing my scar, #zipper boy." There's Sharif lying on his bed. So I'm a heart surgeon, as you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where I'm. Go.
You are?
Yeah, I do
Wow.
that kind of surgery. It's the best, I think, is the best job in the world.
I thought you were just a regular doctor. You're a real doctor. That's awesome. I'm just playing.
When we come back, Shaq tells all about his own health scare, one that he had to live through, and he almost took some people down with him. And how you can catch it early, because a lot of you have the same issue. You won't want to miss this. Breaking news. Amy Kloss, her parents murdered. She was held captive for 88 days. He thought he'd gotten away with it. Amazingly, she escaped. We have the latest details of her terrifying ordeal.
They can prove a sex crime with his DNA alone.
We're back with NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, who says his daytime drowsiness turned out to be a sign of a serious health concern. He caught it with the help of his son, who posted this on social media, which I adore. This is Sharif. Look at Sharif's face. He's going, what? What? Did your teammates ever complain about your story?
All the time.
They did?
They said I sound like a hungry bear. And I just thought it was snoring. I never really took it seriously. Then I did a sleep apnea study with Harvard, and they, told me, I had sleep apnea. Still never took it seriously. And then another son of mine posted another one, and then I got contacted by Dr. Greenburg, and he really enlightened me, because what he said in the message kind of made me think about it. He said, "Do you want to die?" And I replied, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
He said, "Do you want to die? You have severe sleep apnea. You need to come meet with me." So he created this product, and I want to introduce this product to the world, and just to inform people that if you snore, you should definitely see a specialist and get it checked out.
I'm going to go meet him in 1 second, but I want to demonstrate for everybody exactly what we're talking about. So when your teammates are knocking on the door trying to wake you up so they can sleep, or more likely around this country when people are nudging their partners in bed because they can't sleep, it's actually the person who's snoring whose life that I'm more worried about right now.
Right.
So let's take these little instruments. Normally when you breathe, you breathe in, you breathe out, and it's like breathing through a kazoo with no noise. It's simple, easy, right? You can make a lot of air move from one of these things. This is what happens when that tongue of yours begins to block the back of your throat. Does that sound like you're snoring or louder?
What the hell is this? But it sounds like something is blocking it just a little bit.
A little bit.
Right.
And this is snoring. This is sleep apnea. Blow through that. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Can't get any air through.
Yeah.
And when you begin to suffocate, your body begins to figure that out. And yeah, you have strokes and heart attacks like you mentioned, but you can get high blood pressure. It can cause cancer, we believe. Linked up to cancer because it affects how your immune system works. So the body can't defend itself. But lucky for you, because you made those phone calls, you figured it out. So today we're going to turn the tables on everybody at home. We want you to move out of the snoring worry and move into the apnea worry. So come on over, let's meet Dr. Greenburg. You care so much about this product, you got involved with it, which I'm proud of.
I did.
All right, so, Dr. Greenburg, show us exactly what you are doing that is fixing Shaq's problem and can help others as well. I mean, can you imagine the true odd couple? I'm looking at it right now.
Exactly. So, what we created... what was really special, it's about the tongue falling back, blocking the airway. And it just slides back. So what we needed to do was create a restrainer, what I call a seatbelt for the tongue.
Okay.
And so the Zipa mouthpiece, and we created this name because what does everybody want when they sleep? Happy Z's.
Yes.
So we said Happy Z backwards is Zipa.
All right.
Everybody remember it. So we went ahead with the elastic here. So here's your tongue. It goes over the tongue.
Yep.
And then as your tongue goes back, it will keep it from falling back. Fortunately, we were able to patent it and to really help people. There's 90 million people who snore, another 50 million bed partners of those people who snore. That's a huge number. And so we want to get them all realizing snoring is a big thing. They need to address it. And then snoring very often becomes sleep apnea as they get older.
And how do they work for Shaq?
It works beautifully.
It does. And do you still make that bear-like sound like you just got shot?
Well, when I don't wear the mouthpiece, yes, but when I do wear it, you hardly hear any sound. And I actually feel better when I wake up in the morning. Like, I feel pretty good right now.
Just shaking it out.
Yeah, I wore it last night.
So it's not really for snoring, it's for sleep apnea. You have to go see a dentist or a doctor to get it prescribed for you.
So here. So this mouthpiece is for snoring only.
Yeah.
This you can get online. You can go to Amazon or Zipa.com and you can order this.
Okay.
Now, if you have sleep apnea, you can't order this. This is not for sleep apnea. You need to see a doctor, physician, or a dentist, and they're going to do a sleep study, see what's going on, and they'll make you a different appliance. We have a professional one that it still has that elastic, which is what's unique. But if you're sleep certified, it's a little bit more involved. It's going to take a number of visits to get you better.
Is his mouth as big as his feet?
No.
No.
Not really. Charles Barkley has a big mouth, not me.
Dr. Greenburg, when we come back, Shaquille O'Neal fixes your biggest health dilemmas and gives you 3 Shaq hacks. Stick around. Over 100 young men mysteriously drowned. All deaths ruled accidental.
There's GHB in the system, the date rape drug.
But some say it's the work of the smiley face killers.
We are back with the big Shaqtus himself, who is solving your biggest health dilemmas with the Shaq hacks. Oh, yes. Now, I'm going to call it folks down. You were just telling one of my producers that you think you have ADD, but you seem really put together for me. Am I missing something?
I do have ADD. However, one of the best quotes I read was by General Dwight Eisenhower. The greatest leaders are ones that hire people smarter than them. So I got a whole bunch of smart people handling my schedule and working for me. So thank you, people. So other than that,
All right, come on now, Melissa. All right, Melissa.
Hello.
Look up into the clouds and ask away.
Okay, so I'm a busy mom, and in the morning I find it hard to get the motivation to go to the gym. So where do you get your motivation to do everything?
well, my motivation is I don't want my belly looking like Charles Barkley's belly.
Charles Barkley!
Yeah,
I'm going to invite him on now.
I'm not really the diet workout guy, but I said to myself, okay, I got to get 30 minutes of cardio in, whether that's going to the gym and getting on a machine or just walking around the neighborhood for 30 minutes. Now, after you do that, you have to start eating a little bit better, get rid of the sugars, get rid of the soda. So I just do a lot of chicken and a lot of fish. And that's my motivation.
Give me a locker room motivational speech. For all us, at the beginning of the new year, everyone wants to get going. How do you psych the people up in your life?
I'm not a coach. I'm just a player. You're the coach. You're the Pat Riley of this business.
Go get him!
You gotta go.
Yeah, you just have to go. However, you look fabulous, and I don't think you need to work out at all. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And finally, Sharice. Where's Sharice? Please come on up.
Sharif?
Shirai.
Oh, Sharice. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
I just want to know how you deal with negativity in your life. Like with social media and everything going on in the world, I just feel like it's really taking a toll on me emotionally. How do you just block all that out?
I block it out because first thing I say is if you're not credible to make a comment, I won't listen to you. For example, let's just say somebody breaks an arm and you get regular people telling you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Unless it's you telling me, I'm not even listening to it. So things you can't control, you should never worry about. Because that, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in now. But like, for example, if someone was to get on your page and say you're not beautiful, they're crazy. You should never listen to them again because they don't know what they're talking about. So just try to block out as much as you can.
Wow.
And remember, it's not important. Nothing negative is ever important. Okay?
Just dance it away. Throw it away.
Dance it away. Yep.
Would you just like dance it off? Can you show me a dance that you would do? Get rid of it, block it out.
You just have to like go this way and then that way. And then you gotta go faster.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to jump up there.